Hey there, Aries, and welcome to your July 2017 general reading. Okay, this is a general reading, not a love reading. Now, you're not the first reading I've done, and love is still coming out in them, so I don't know if it's because I'm Divine Love Tarot. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but drawing five cards. Okay, it'll be a 5-card spread, 4 for your weekly energies, 1 for your overall theme or underlying theme for the month. Okay, so thank you for joining me. I just have to tell you that first off. Thank you so much for clicking. Let's go ahead and get into the reading and see what you guys have going on this month, okay? So the first card in your reading is the Nine of Cups. I'm also doing reversals because I find that in general reading it's a little bit more accurate. I think I might do reversals in love readings also. And that narrows down me having to spout out all of the possibilities of a card, okay? So then we have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And then for the overall energies, you have the Death card in reverse, okay? So let's go ahead and start with the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is the Fate card, okay? This is a card of fate, wish fulfillment, satisfaction, happiness, getting something you want. So in the beginning of the month, you got something that you wanted, all right? I do realize that by the time these videos go up, it'll be past the beginning of the month. So you got what you wanted. You maybe indulged a little bit. You know, you might have gotten carried away with something. But this card represents fulfillment, okay? And getting something that you wanted. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the Six of Wands in reverse. So the Six of Wands in reverse equals it equals defeat or a lack of confidence somehow. Okay, it's saying that like something has happened that it has caused you to doubt yourself now. Okay, it can be receiving negative feedback perhaps, or maybe you've done something and you were waiting for feedback and you didn't get any feedback perhaps. Okay, but your efforts, you feel like your efforts have been wasted, and you may have too many things on your plate right now and you need to focus on perhaps one thing at a time. All right, so let's go ahead and hit that with a clarifier. And you have the Queen of Cups, I'm sorry, the Queen of Wands also in reverse. So the Queen of Wands in reverse is a queen that basically is manipulative, okay? It can indicate a situation where someone is being pushy or selfish. This could be you being pushy or selfish and possibly manipulative. This person can be petty, demanding, controlling. So if this isn't you, this is someone in your life, okay? And this card also represents a loss of confidence, okay? So when wands are in reverse, it relates to a lack of energy and a loss of confidence, because fire signs tend to be very confident. Fire represents confidence in your personality. So anything in reverse represents some type of doubt, okay? So someone in your environment could be trying to manipulate you. You could be trying to manipulate someone. But the Queen of I keep saying Wands. It's rods in this deck, but it's the Queen of Wands by most, okay? So it can also represent an older woman who wants to help you in some type of way or help you with a situation, but for some reason she's unable to. So you may need to reach out to her to get that assistance that she can provide to you. All right, so let's move on in the reading and then we'll come back and see if we need to clarify anything else a little bit more, all right? We move on to the third week, and we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this represents releasing a burden. This represents getting past an obstacle. So you've been carrying around a burden for a long time, and now you either have let it go or you realize that you have to let it go. Okay, you may be tired of waiting for results, and nothing's happening. And once again, this card, the Six of Wands in reverse talked about results not really coming through or not having something happen that you expected, okay? So maybe in the beginning of the month, you put something into motion, and because you got what you wanted here, you thought it was going to happen this week, and going forward, and it didn't, okay? And you reacted badly to that, perhaps, okay? That could be why you are in reverse. Let's see what else is going on here. So the Ten of Wands in reverse, it's also telling you that you might need to take a break, okay? If you've been carrying around, whether it's an emotional burden or some type of mental burden, you know, you need to just kind of take a break and decompress from that, okay? It may need that, you may need to be honest with someone. That's what this card is also saying, that you can come clean if you've been deceptive or behaving deceptively somehow. All right. But you could just be stressed out. You could be stressed out at work. You could be rethinking your career. Um, you just may feel like you need to change the direction of your pursuits. All of that is what the Ten of Wands can represent. All right. And we can go ahead and clarify this card, see what else is going on. So then you get the Six of Swords. Okay. And the Six of Swords is basically saying that you need to make a decision, okay? And once you make a decision, you'll be able to move past this time, move past this time of trouble or this time of burden or whatever you've been carrying around. You just have to make a decision. You have to let that go, and then you can move forward, okay? This card signifies that you're coming out of a period of feeling stuck or feeling stagnated. All right. So that's a good positive sign, because basically you are moving forward. And then we go on to the next week with the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles represents basically completion, right? Success in business, wealth, success in your family life, okay? Investments, retirement, establishing your family for the future. A sense, so this is basically everything coming together. All right, your focus is on your family or your family finances, and not even just now, but your finances going into the future. Okay, this can also represent you, represent some sort of personal change that may not necessarily line up with who you are, and you may need to get back to your old self, or you may want to get back to your old self. Okay, so something happened this month. I feel like something happened this month where you came into the month kind of celebrating a little bit, kind of feeling a little smug because you got something that you wanted, had a really good time, and then something happened that caused you to feel like you were doubting yourself, okay? And you were just carrying around a burden. You may have been attacked by someone, or someone tried to manipulate you. And perhaps it's this person's manipulation that led you to realize that you've been carrying around this burden and you want to release it and move on so that you can get back to how you used to be. Okay? Because the overall energy for the reading is the Death card, but the Death card is in reverse. So when the Death card is in reverse, it talks about basically, it's almost like the rebirth of things when everything has fallen apart. All right? This represents the end of suffering, okay? I'm sorry, not the end of suffering. This represents um, resistance to change, okay? Unable to move forward, or maybe you are in the midst of a major change, but for some reason you're on the verge perhaps of a major change, not during. You're maybe on the verge of a major change and you are not taking the necessary steps to help you get to that next phase. Okay, so you're not making the necessary moves. This could contribute to maybe you feeling stuck or stagnated, which you do feel stuck. You do feel like you're carrying around a burden. You do feel like your efforts are being wasted. Okay, that's what these two cards in reverse stand for. Okay, so you need to let something go in order to get back to how things used to be. All right, and that's where you want to be at the end of the month. That's where you're going to be at the end of the month. So let's go ahead and try to clarify this Death card a little bit. All right, and then we get the the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is feeling trapped in the past, but this card represents forgiveness, moving on. Okay, this represents a period of recovering from something that you possibly regret. And it represents all the things that you need to get over. Okay, these are the things that you need to get over so that you can get back to hopeful. You can get back to what this is. All right. Um, you have the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Swords represents the inability to make up your mind, the fear of making a decision. Okay, there's something that you need to decide. You may need to choose between two people. You need to choose between maybe going out and your family life. Okay, that could be the choices, but whatever it is, you don't want to make this decision. Okay. Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is the contemplation, right? The Four of Swords is telling you maybe you need to take a time out, go into seclusion and try to decide this on your own. Maybe you don't need the advice of that older woman who's trying to advise you, perhaps, or the advice of your friends. You need to go into seclusion, isolation, take some time out, and figure out what you are going to do, because you need to make this decision so that you can move on, so that things can get back to how they were. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's see the Page of Cups in reverse. So this represents someone who's maybe emotionally insecure. Okay, because it's in reverse. So the cups, the emotions are all out of balance. And this represents someone who's living in a bubble, someone with unfocused emotions. All right. When you have the Page of Cups along with the Queen of Cups in reverse, it can sometimes indicate some type of substance abuse. So, if you do have a substance abuse issue, and once again, this is not going to be everyone, this is just maybe one or two people or someone that this is going to resonate with. Maybe you overindulged in the beginning of the month, okay, and something happened that caused you to have issues. Because this represents home life, okay? And so basically, at the end of the month, if your home life is getting back to the way it was, but there's been a heavy burden and wasted efforts, maybe you've been um, wasting your time going out, drinking. You see what I'm saying? Doing too much, wasting your time doing things outside of your family life. And you need to take a good hard look at yourself and what you've been doing. That's why you're having regrets. So that's why you have to forgive yourself and move forward, because you know that you've been basically carrying around this burden. And if this is not substance abuse, then this is a person. Maybe this is a person that you need to release. Okay, so you either need to release this Page of Cups, or you need to release this Queen of Rods who has been trying to manipulate you. All right. Either or, vice versa. I'm not sure. You'll know whose energy is what. Um, let's go ahead and, because, since it's the Death card, I'm trying to figure out what it is that you need to let go of. You need to release your burdens. What is the energy behind the Death card? And you have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles represents a new journey in life, okay? Could be a pay raise, but you're able to manifest whatever it is that you need. So I feel like once you let go of whatever this Page of Cups represents, okay? So now I think the focus is on this Page of Cups that is tied to this Death card. So this period of maybe you being immature needs to go. Okay, if it's not substance abuse, you're being immature. If you're not being immature, you're dealing with an immature person that's causing you to feel like you're wasting your time, causing you to feel like you're not confident, okay? Causing you to lack confidence, causing you to feel like you're carrying around a burden. Because then we have the World in reverse. Okay, and the World in reverse is the total opposite of the Ace of Pentacles. It means unable to manifest. Okay, it means lack of closure, difficulty achieving completion, difficulty letting go. So I'm gonna stop pulling because I feel like there's just a few avenues that we can travel, and I've gone over a few of them, because you do let go of something, okay, and underneath underneath the death card or over the death card or attached to the death card, you have regrets, but needing to focus on, what is good and the transformation that's coming, but the inability to make a decision, all right? The contemplation to make this decision, this immature energy, okay, whether it's you, another person, a particular issue, all right? New beginning, but then back to an ability to manifest. And I just feel like this card is tied to you not making the decision. So I feel like if you make the decision, you have a new phase in your life coming for you. If you don't make a decision, you'll be back to this unable to manifest, feeling like you're wasting your time, feeling like you're carrying around a burden. All right. But I feel like you do make a decision and you do let go of whatever you need to let go, because in the end of the month, your family life is looking good again. Whether that's you and a partner, whether that's you and your extended family, but you're back on track, or you feel like you're back on track. You feel like you're back to yourself at the end of the month. So Aries, I would love to hear in the comments what this is all about, okay? So let me know. Leave me a comment, leave me a like if this video resonated with you, and just let me know how your month is going, because I know I've already done your love readings, and your love reading, it was similar. You had some decisions that you needed to make. I think possibly two people that you had to choose between in the love reading also. So, like I said, these are general readings. This was supposed to be a general reading, but obviously your focus, or whoever's receiving this message, their focus is on love for this month, okay? So thank you for joining me again. If you haven't checked out the monthly love reading, go ahead and check it out. I also have the weekly quick and dirty readings up that can give you more of a snapshot, so you can see how they relate to this reading. And I would love to hear from you, like I said. So if you want to get more clarity on this reading, you can contact me in the description bar below, and I can get you hooked up with a personal reading. Okay? Thanks, Aries, and I'll see you at the next reading. Bye.